Okay, I think it might be coming back here.
Chat, are we back? Please confirm or deny.
It just told me OBS reconnected.
We're good.
Okay,
We're back! Okay,
we've returned.
Hi!
Trackers
Sorry,
are a little
Jason's
messed up.
internet shit the bed for a moment there, so,
And all I wanted to do was place a bet.
yeah,
Well,
how about I handle that?
Well, that wasn't even the issue. I clicked over to it and then my internet just like kaput. I already had it typed in and everything. I just needed to press the button. Bet that way the Hero Ganon fairy from ages ago.
I actually like that one from Ball of Cannon.
Right.
That is, in fact, still plausible.
Bear with us, guys. Trackers are gonna be fixed up here.
Well, while that's going on, I feel we should actually, have our chat follow our runners, because I don't think we've actually done a proper plug yet. So
Yes,
please.
if you are enjoying the gameplay from these folks participating in the tournament today, this is a loser's bracket match, so you will not be seeing restreams of one of these teams going forward. So would definitely recommend going and giving folks a follow.
Alright, trackers are coming back on. It's fine, guys. Everything's back. I only broke it for a moment.
Yep, please follow our 6 runners: Cascade Hope in the Name of DT, Phalad, Alucard 2004, Chemo, and Wild Anaconda 69. Our commentators, Lost the Pirate and Jason Arilani. I hope I said that right. And our trackers, Link40, Espion aka Anosep, It's Demio, and No
It's
Pen.
a demo.
It's a demo, thank you. And No Pen Named Ghost. I've lost track of all the different pen names we have around here.
No Pen Name Girl is going by No Pen Name Ghost for Spooktober.
Ah.
And apparently hasn't updated the spreadsheet with the new nickname.
Thank you. No Pen Name Girl.
Yeah, just need to update. I did, thanks to folks mentioning it before the race, remember to switch over, even though I've got a Spooktober Discord name going on.
Now the other thing where I am curious about it is, where is the Giant's wallet that Alu needs? And technically not just Alu, but Timo.
Going with the vague bet. Going with the, I've got a 1 in 3 shot if nobody specifically guesses this.
Hey, Phalad, getting ZL.
You know what? I'm going to do a similar thing. Jason, would you like to join us?
There we go.
Okay, so commentary has the vague bets covered. Chat, you gotta do some precise bets. Or at least more specific than that. You could guess
Sadly, World 3 was already sniped.
somewhere in GTG. Doesn't specify which world's GTG, but I think that would be considered more precise than somewhere in World X. I don't know, though. I won't... Well, I do have access to pick a winner, but I will probably just leave that to Jason anyway.
The cool thing is, for those who are unfamiliar with bets, they do split it up into sub and cheer bets versus non-sub cheer bets. So
yeah, that's just how our program splits it. So we can sometimes have 2 winners.
yeah. And if you want to be a subscriber to ZSR, yeah, you should do so. And help us get to our sub goal. With 51 more subs, we'll have a Link to the Past Randomizer staff multi-world stream. Similar to our Ocarina of Time Randomizer staff multi-world stream happening on Saturday.
If we hit that 300 subs and hit the multi-world goal, I don't know if All Sanity is an upgrade that y'all can do if that gets even more subs. I'm not sure what the... Let me see if I can see what the next goal beyond that is. Looks like that is not what the next goal on the agenda is. But...
Oh. The next goal's fun though, I like it. I like that one. Guys, we should get some more subs so we can start working to the next one.
Meantime, Alu dealing with some likes. And Phalad... Ah... Perhaps an ice cavern visit.
Aw, yeah!
Someone got Ice Cavern Way of the Hero at some point, I think.
Drunk Future Self has subscribed.
With the tier 1 sub. So we are 50 subs away from A Link to the Past Randomizer Staff Multi-World, and you better believe we're going to be pimping that out. Oh, Aloe picking up hovers for DTs. Not going to get those until he gets off a horse, but those are kind of useful. But yeah, you better believe we'll be pimping out that sub goal while working on our OOTR staff multi-world all sanity.
DT, stop abusing Epona!
The all sanity does have some caveats because we do have a handful of less experienced Ocarina Rando players. We are not doing we're not doing entrance rando just because that like throws too many wrenches into routing and makes the most common trackers that people use not nearly as helpful.
Yeah.
So in order for the less practiced players on the Restream team to still be able to participate and let their tracker guide them, we are keeping entrance rando off the table.
But Lost and I will be participating in that one.
Oh yeah, as a ZSR restreamer, I'm not restreaming today, but I am on the restream team. I will be participating in that next weekend. Jason and I will both be getting up at stupid in the morning Pacific time to join.
I mean, for work, I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, so it's not super early for me. But it's the end of my fall break, and therefore, yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. Also, DT wasted an arrow trying to hit one of the pots and instead hits a little, like, shed that the Gerudo is in.
1500 archery. I'm just not a fan of it.
I'm not a fan either, but I think it should remain as a check in the weekly settings.
Also, Alucard using Lens of Truth in the area that you don't need Lens of Truth.
Well, maybe because of it being nighttime, he's having a hard time seeing the flags and is trying to just reduce some of the
Yeah, nighttime.
some of the clutter. Doesn't really help, but
Nighttime
maybe
desert is not fun.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Oh yeah, spin attack is great because it basically makes the dust despawn for a moment. It's nice.
Oh, but looks like you got it. Yeah, learning lensless and reverse wasteland is one of the things that I'm really glad I spent the time to learn.
Yeah, I am not great at doing lensless, but I can pull it off usually by the third try. Reverse wasteland is fine, except for when I get to the river of sand and realize, oh crap. I gotta do this just with a somewhat precise backwalk. Well,
Yeah.
let's hope this goes well.
Well, Alu should be fine at this point, while DT has just delivered transportation.
Ooh, Alu, not realizing that once you get that close, you can just walk straight towards the gate. Once it's in sight, you can just walk straight towards it, instead following the ghost around a little extra. Because you are just doing a loop in this portion.
And we are through.
Is it all dungeon for World 1? Is Child Spirit...
Yes.
Is Child
Is
Spirit
Child Spirit
or...
needed?
Or is
the
Archway?
Arch. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pay very close attention.
Yeah, there's, what, 3 checks right now that could make this all dungeon.
Hi, kitty.
Sorry, Arrow talking about the best fourth commentator. We gotta get her back on mic.
Of course.
Waking her up from a nap. She's not super thrilled about that.
Kitty agrees with AD.
Oh yeah, she's a bitch. She totally wants AD. She's a troublemaker like that.
I'm guessing more time with us on comms means more times where you get to pet her.
Oh, she wants to be pet, always?
Value from this Desert Colossus Way of the Hero.
And I couldn't tell if anything was on the archway yet.
Yeah, I don't think he's peaked out. Probably transitioning to daytime by getting the song here.
Alright, I've gone full screen.
Oh, it's Nocturne.
Oh. Well, yeah, that's kind of important.
Oh, but his Shadow Temple is stone.
Yep.
Oh wait, DC got magic.
Hey!
We found one.
Aw, dang it. Sorry,
his
I was zoomed in
own-
on Alu.
In his own GTG. Unless I am very mistaken. Looked like he got it.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. Also, I didn't see what was on the art.
It didn't look like anything important. Alright, so who was specific enough to guess GTG?
Yeah, Pen, I completely agree with you.
Oh yeah. That's sketchy as hell.
Alright, let's see.
I just saw something off screen that's gonna make everybody pained.
Alright, I'm focusing on the off-stream runners right now.
Well, we'll have to give that one there.
Oh...
DT just now on the restream catching up and getting second magic
Wait,
from
what?
Wild's GTG.
Wow.
So, wait, is that...
I don't remember what the wording of the bet was, if it was
I said first magic.
or just where is magic. Okay. So yeah, first magic we found. But But yeah, both of them are in GTG.
But here I'll
Just in
'cause-
different
wait.
iterations.
Wild is World 3, right?
Yes.
Okay, then I will give our non-sub bet winner to
Give the second place.
there we go.
Giving it to Hex Mage.
For guessing World 3.
Yeah, that's second place.
AD confirmed.
No keys!
Key locked!
You're welcome! I have provided
Alu promptly dropping.
I have provided another AD seed.
Jason! Ugh. I know I'm just a basic commentator here, but is there a way I can fire you?
ZSR blame Jason. Oh, slower. Yeah, that was an interesting seed.
Sloa, I didn't say that I wanted a dumb one.
Oh, and Polyganon, of course. I guess he wasn't too keen on finding that out the hard way.
Well, the person who is closest to go mode, or closest to their pig, I guess I should say, is we've got off-screen Wild has 5 of their medallions. Still needing fire from Water Temple. Does not have a long shot. I think that is Wild's only go mode item that they are needing in their own world at this point. That is known, I should clarify. There may be other steps along the way. Like Saria's. Cough, cough, AD.
Oh,
Cough, cough.
gosh, right. We still haven't figured out if that's needed yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Cough, cough. Jason provides a second on dungeon.
It's entirely possible. Yeah, the only one that is not is World 2 has Bolero. But they also, World 2 also still had Stone Forest Way of the Hero, so that happened.
We'll just pretend that didn't, even though we know it did.
And that's silvers for Phalad.
Ooh, and I didn't I believe that was not for himself. I just saw something on Wild's side.
I'm keeping an eye out.
DT finally got a wallet.
Alright, and Wild did get...
We still get drops occasionally! You aren't supposed to be able to get dropped with hovers, but sometimes it happens anyway.
Thank you, Wild, for dropping the strength on DT.
DT getting dropped.
Where is the clip of that one? Let's go, guys.
Yes, chat. Chat. Don't disappoint us, please.
So we have found the last World 3 strength.
The problem is that strength is locked behind... Wait, yeah, it's locked behind wallet. Hey!
Oh, DT picking up a long shot for Wild, which I believe was Wild's final item to be able to go deal with water. Wild does have Song of Time if there is a shitty placement of a boss key on River, so
We also had a revisit from Greg, so I had to throw that up on the stream.
Ah, sorry, I was looking off screen because we've got Chemo in Water Temple fighting Dark Link right now, and Wild. I'm not quite sure what their routing choice is right now. Maybe they're wanting to check skulls or something. They played Nocturne and are warping to CAC. So not quite sure if they're intending to get to the lake from there or what. But
Slowa, I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or not. You know that you're just asking for someone else to inherit Jason's title there. Also,
cub seeds.
DT finds a Deku Nut in the center of the maze, not what we're looking for. Alright, so right now we are looking for Player 1's, or I'm mixing up my numbers. Yeah, Player 1's Giant's Wallet in order to get Player 3's Strength.
Yes, for Player 3's Way of the Hero outside Ganon's castle.
Which, I should mention, Wild Anaconda is technically a Player 3, but is able to take out Ganon upon completing the Water Temple.
Yep, so logically, that is almost certainly something that he needs to get for another player. As best as I can tell, he's got everything he needs within his own world. To defeat his own pig.
That is my understanding as well.
That's my reading of the tracker. Although his stream seems to have stuttered for me for a moment.
I still have a consistent look here. So one of the things that I don't know if we made clear is how our teams win. It's not the first member of the team that finishes, it's the average finish of all 3 members.
Yeah, it's not the first, and it's also not the last. It is the team effort. It is the average time of all 3 runners on a team. Figuring out what the average time for that team is. The mean of all 3.
Now, I do have a spreadsheet prepared so that we can get some up-to-date numbers, but we need to see some finishers first before that's gonna
Yeah, we don't have any dot duns at this point, so it's all academic right now.
Woo.
Thunk. Chat, we still live? Did Jason break the internet again?
Jason was just breaking his desk, that's all. That was the arm of my chair catching on the little like slide out tray.
Well,
And Alu buying a wallet for DT. So DT now up to Giant's wallet, which in Rando is not the maximum wallet size. In vanilla, that's as high as you can go, but because of shop sanity, we re-enabled a bit of code that was already present in the game. We didn't create this. But there is an unused wallet upgrade in the code that was utilized for Rando. So you can go up to 999 rupees. Nobody has one yet, though.
In the meantime, our 2 off-stream runners are in various states of the Water Temple. Whereas Alucard is just swimming in water instead.
Yep, real time. Wild is just now bombing the cracked wall with a Chew, and Chemo is just wrapping up that Morpha fight. So another stone. for Team Shotgun. Not sure which stone, though.
Also, Cobra719, thank you for continuing your subscription to the Zelda Speedruns family.
Yep, enjoy your 6-month badge upgrade.
Now DT and Phalad dealing with Shadow. Is Cascade going to ice at this point?
I would assume so. That seems to be a reasonable assumption.
Oh, Phalad got spiked.
Trying to do the backflip. There we go. That is the one and only clip permitted under the accessible rule set. And the only reason that that is a permitted option is because there is a glitchless jump that enables you to get to there without strength, but it is not beginner friendly. So in order to try and help mitigate the skill gap between experienced ocarina runners and newer rando players, allowing that backflip to get that clip was permitted. As with a lot of the tricks that are... Whoa! Hi!
Whoa!
Hi, Anonymous! 20-pack of subs! Whoever you are wonderful.
That's a lot of subs.
Whole pile of new Tier 1 subs. Enjoy your use of lovely Zelda-themed emotes. And that does put us 20 closer to that sub goal for the staff Link to the Past Rando Multiworld.
We are 30 subs away from that.
Yeah, goodness. That is a sub bomb. Thank you, Anonymous.
Sorry to interrupt, but why is Alu a child right now?
Seems to be heading to Goron City.
Yeah, I know Alu still is...
Oh, looks like Spinning Pot hasn't been done, so...
Well, it also looks like Jabu's required. Still needs Ruto's letter.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Yeah, off-screen counterpart Chemo does not have Ruto's letter tracked on their personal tracker, so I'm gonna go with they don't have it yet. Although both of them are simultaneously playing Saria's song for different recipients.
So in this case, Dance Goron does not approve?
Frozen.
I mean, a little help there, you know. A little top off. It wasn't an ice trap. It wasn't explosives. He wasn't mad. Just, you know, not thrilled. And Chemo now playing Saria's for Darunia as well.
Alright, did Alu aim correctly? No. Alright, I know there's a way to do this semi-consistently, but I don't think I've fully figured it out.
It's, you want the smiling face facing away from Darunia's door when the bomb explodes. So you want to throw your bomb kind of as it's like the neutral face turning towards the smiley face, so that you've got the timing for waiting for the bomb to explode, so that it explodes once the happy face is away from the door. That was a little too early, I think. Oh, no, looks like it was just late enough. Now, it is not random, it is in fact based on when you throw the bomb. Like, what is happening on screen when that occurs.
Well, it was just for a heart container.
Yeah. I mean, better than a nice trap, but, you know, not super helpful. And DT, using a method for finding the platform that I am not familiar with, using his bow to try and track that down. And not being successful, so just saying, screw it. It's not logically required, but I'm just gonna use this lens here.
Ooh!
But, missing the jump. Alu also making use of lens.
Yeah, I was just about to say,
Doing treasure chest game as child now. With the lens.
And Phalad got those implants.
Hey.
Those were given by Cascade.
Off-screen, Chemo has his implants. Wild does not.
Well, though, speaking of Wild, I should say that, well, Wild is just entering Ganon's castle now on, ZSR Restream Calm Time.
Yeah, we, Jason, might want to temporarily swap out so that, we can see some boss fighting for the next, few minutes.
Sure. Who should I swap with?
Let's see. It seems like Alu's doing odds and ends, so that... I don't know if there's something useful there or not, but,
honestly, if we have to miss out on one boss fight, I think it's okay.
Yeah. Well, we do have player 2 covered with Cascade, so if we swapped DT out temporarily, we wouldn't have any serious knowledge gaps.
The concern I have with that is Cascade hasn't finished Shadow.
Yeah, that was what I was going to bring up too.
This one.
Well, I mean, I'm not the restreamer, so it's up to you. But I would swap so that we can see some boss fight. And trackers, stop panicking. We're not going to ask you to switch it over. We'll just leave it as is for the time being, because we'll switch right back.
Let's see.
We'll switch back in a few more minutes once we've got some smoky bacon.
I'm going to prepare my backup approach in case I have to actually... I just need to know if we are swapping who we're swapping out temporarily. Just so I can pull up their stream.
I'm just going to swap out Alucard, but...
It looks like Alu's working on Fire Temple at the moment.
Alright, don't panic.
Oh! I just saw that in time. DT just gained a long shot.
Yeah, and Wolf still keeping Alu on screen so that if something crazy happens, we see, oh, and welcome, ZSR2 with the raid. Hi, welcome. Anaconda's tracker is not correct right now because that is Alucard's tracker. We just swapped Anaconda out for a moment, for a couple minutes, because we got a Ganondorf fight going on, and we like watching those. We like seeing epic boss fights. So, don't panic. It's incorrect. We know. It's fine. We got tennis match going on right now. As Cascade keeps working their way through ice, DT is now playing ZL to hop on a boat ride, and Phalad is a little deeper, just on the other side of the boat ride, in the trash compactor room. Off screen, we've got Chemo doing treasure chest game right now, and I don't know what Alu's up to for the moment. Presumably still chilling in fire.
Yeah, I have Alu mostly synced up again, so give me a bit and I can tell you.
Apologies for those that are in the chat. I think the stream is having a little trouble syncing everything up again.
So at least I know I'll have to be prepared to do this again. Good to know. Alright, Alu is opening up the big chest, and it was a small key, so yeah, hammer required to actually explore Fire Temple for him.
And everything went down for a moment there for me.
There we go, I'm back up. However, it's just in time because it is time for the big pig.
And maybe Anaconda's streaming a little too high res for the restream to want to handle comfortably. Oh yeah, their sources. Yeah, that's what's doing it. They're for whatever reason, for this 240p game from 21 years ago, they are streaming at 900p 60 FPS. So yeah, that's why the restream is taking a tank right there.
It's alright. Give us like what, a minute and a half?
Another minute and a half, and then we'll swap him back out, and it'll stop choking the Chicago proxy. I know, it's so difficult, kitty.
Is this Twilight Princess music?
It is Ordon Village.
That's what I thought. I liked Twilight Princess.
Well, as Cascade appreciates Twilight Princess, Wild Anaconda is about to appreciate being able to take...
Somebody who works on the restream team, Arrow, it's both. Both are problematic.
And now, Wild Anaconda has just a slice, a slice, a slice, and a stab.
And does not seem to have stopped their timer. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, we had.
Okay, they got their done in the IRC. We have an official SRL time for Wild Anaconda of 3 hours, 29 minutes, 15 seconds.
Now if you'll
Now we
excuse me.
can swap back to somebody who isn't taxing our proxy so hard.
Bear with us.
Yep, gonna have a little switch over. And we're gonna have a resync party here in a moment, because that's just what happens.
And if things break, it's a ZSR blame lost.
I am so glad I haven't been blamed for much of these.
Also, the little tape that says the Alucard's time there will go away here shortly. Like magic, it's gone.
Sigh, that's not the blame lost emote.
We got some ice arrow strats from DT.
Always
Memeing it
nice.
up for our entertainment.
Always nice to see Bongo getting slight. humiliated. Alright, I am resynced so that I can deliver on-time commentary. And with that, Bongo Bongo will drum no more. And I don't think adult fishing worked out for Cascade there. Woo, okay, that is an up-close and personal Volvagia there.
Yeah, Wild's corresponding player 3, Phalad, is still 2 more medallions away from being able to bop the pig, so is probably feeling a little bit of pressure right now.
Yeah.
Over on Shotgun side.
Still needs that mirror shield and the
DT
long
is
shot.
laughing his ass off about I'm not really sure what. But he's cracking up on camera over something.
Perhaps, reacting to Alucard's possible complaining about this Volvagia fight, I'm guessing?
That's quite possible too.
Anyway, 20 skull check from Cascade, 20 rupees.
Techie not having much for us today.
Yeah, so Phalad is still missing just a mirror shield for Spirit Temple and that long shot. And I don't remember where those were at.
Yeah, I can't keep track.
Alu, meanwhile, missing hover boots in order to actually finish Shadow in order to get into Spirit, if I recall how things are working out there. So where are Alu's hovers?
Oh yeah, they are not marked on his personal tracker, and
They're not on the overlay,
looks
so
like
he does not have hovers.
Yep, and doesn't Chemo's personal tracker does not have hovers marked either, so corresponding player 1 on the other team does not seem to have them either.
Apparently player 3's long shot was in player 2's GTG.
I thought we saw a whole bunch of GTG in a little bit ago, but maybe
Player 2 looks like they're going GTG right now, so that long shot might be coming here shortly. And that dancing... sorry.
Yeah?
I was thinking that dancing Darunia player 2 has a mirror shield, so that could have been Phalad's. I don't know if DT did that or not.
I do believe the mirror shield was for player 3.
So Cascade
and
needs to go do
Phalad
dancing
finally
Darunia.
getting Cascade magic.
Finally!
And Cascade, headed to GTG, will get his own double magic shortly.
Oh, GTG, why do you like to entertain us so? Actually, I'm looking at DT's tracker right now. I think DT has everything needed. Am I missing something?
Unless DT... No, it looks like DT has Dins. Unless DT doesn't have Nocturne for whatever reason.
Has it tracked on his personal tracker, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of, so I think DT might also be in go mode. And Alucard missing hovers for Shadow, and missing Ruto's letter.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Ruto's letter.
There's also still that Way of the Hero, Ganon Castle Fairy.
Yep. Which, neither Phalad nor Anaconda can check out right now until we find that other wallet.
Hey, DT, his own sugar daddy tonight. Picking up his own implants in Water Temple.
I don't know which name I prefer more.
Well, he's his own sugar daddy, because he got himself implants.
But
somebody else isn't his sugar daddy. Somebody else didn't get him implants today.
I'm sorry, that victory music from Cascade at that time just...
That was entertainingly timed.
Timing.
This is why I really enjoy just like random fanfares and songs. Just stare at it a little bit more.
Looking again at that strength like, yep, it's real. It's not misspelled. I still don't have the wallet for it.
It is a legit.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna try to keep a closer eye on Wild stream in commentary time here. Because, for all we know, Wild has what's needed. What would actually be very bad? Wild would have Alu's wallet to get the third strength, to get, say, Alu something else, like Ruto's letter. I don't know. I'm sure such a chain is possible.
We could get some crazy daisy chains going on.
And I'm really going to hope it's not that.
Whereas Chad is clearly hoping that it is that.
I gotta have dinner at some point.
Off screen, Alu just finishing up Forest Temple and getting a Kokiri Emerald for his team. Or not Alu, Anaconda! I can't words! Alliterations should be banned.
And Chemo has recently learned, if not relearned. Ah, crap. I have to deal with that. Yeah.
Deal with what again?
The, 205 rupee strength upgrade to get to Phalad.
I'm going to step away for a moment because I need to refill my juice glass. And while I'm up, I might as well visit the bathroom, because 3 hours and 40 minutes into this, just shy of. So, yeah, I'll be back in just a couple minutes, folks.
Oh. Wait, that was a fast fanfare. How did, Oh, it was different fanfare. Right. It's only when you win the race when, the fanfare length comes into play. But Cascade's gonna have to aim extremely carefully right now.
Oh. There you go. Nice job, Cascade.
Also... Wow. I missed what it was. I was focused on Wild screen.
It was a nice trap.
Wow.
You're a fool. Actually, Phalad was the fool.
Still rude. In the meantime, Wild is immediately taking out Vivagi. I'm guessing the first chest had a boss key then.
Must be. Phalad going into the toilet.
And DT trying to finish off Morpha. And Morpha's down.
Down with Morpha! Down with Morpha!
Meantime, Cascade going on top of the Gerudo Fortress roof. Just a piece of heart.
It's alright. Now Cascade will finally go into GCG and get that long shot for Phalad.
And now Wild Anaconda has just gotten the final stone. Now, what was in Player 3's toilet?
I don't remember. Oh no, Cascade.
It was a key.
Oh no! Cascade, no!
Ferrari's wind was set. What's the big issue?
He placed Ferora's Wind in there, but there's an item that Phalad needs in there.
I've lost track. Which one?
Long shot.
Oh.
Phalad's long shot is in that GCG, and he just placed Ferora's Wind and then left.
Does Hope have access to that chest right now?
I don't know, I don't remember where it is.
Folks, Multiworld is hard for us to keep up with. What? Wait a second.
That was a
That
wallet.
was Phalad's own wallet. Never mind. We need the player ones to get the wallet.
Yep.
It was Cascade's wallet. So now we still need to find one more. One more.
Oh my goodness.
Phalad's like, no, wrong person.
And
Well, but they can buy their own golds.
oh sure, make Alu jealous, why not? Well, it's on the way to Ganon's castle, so sure, why not?
Off screen, Chemo's just chilling in front of King Weep.
Is he in BK mode?
That's what
I'm
I was
not
about
sure
to
if
ask.
it's in BK or in bathroom mode.
Now, folks, we do
Inputs
recommend.
again.
Yeah, we do recommend you, of course, stay hydrated, but don't be afraid to take facility breaks. You do not need to worry about any sort of Bladder of Steel achievements in Ocarina of Time Rando. This game predates the achievement system.
Yep.
Predates the
And the simple
achievement
fact
system.
is with multi-worlds, there's gonna be some lulls in what you can be doing anyway. So, use the bathroom if you need to. I just did.
That was a pretty clean lensless wasteland for Cascade.
Alright, DT activating the bridge. Now, I want to say one of the worlds did have outside Ganon's castle as foolish. and I'm forgetting if it was DT's world or Alu's world.
Well, if it was DT's and he didn't go check it, I think he has golds.
Well, Alu just seeing that Shadow is foolish.
Ooh. Oh no, DT doesn't actually have golds yet. Never mind. Yeah, that required stone shadow for your all dungeons is foolish.
That's a medallion shadow for Alu.
Nope.
It's a
Shadow's
stone.
the emerald.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm trying to read these trackers. It's impossible.
Yeah, he needs to do shadow so that way he can get Requiem to do Child Spirit.
Yeah, off screen, Chemo seems to be rocking BK mode. He's just kind of chilling there. Flitting around in menus and just not really doing much. Seems to be waiting for Rudo's letter.
There's a Sun Song.
Alright. Like, interesting DT is going here first instead of taking out Ganon. There are pros and cons to this approach, but in this case, since DT would be the second finisher, it may not matter as much as the first finisher. Or at least that's how I'm predicting this is going to go. Oh, that bomb bag is kind of superfluous.
DT, why are you doing checks? Lock your done in.
There you go. I'm just gonna put a tiny little Burger King crown over on ShotgunFistFight's side.
Now I need to load the restream and take a glance at that.
If it's the same crown, I think it is.
Yep.
Well, I doubt Chemo is fully in BK. He's gotta have something he could be doing that is productive. There's gotta still be odds and ends checks in that world.
Maybe they're just forgetting. Which, there's a lot of things to keep up with when it comes to multi-world, and sometimes it's, brain farts happen.
Yeah, chat's pointing out that it sounds like the reason DT is checking things is that he'd rather get Alucard something.
Like that wallet!
Hey! Well, now we know.
Oh no.
Shadow trial required.
Why is he going to the back chest now, though?
You're already
Found
here,
the
you may
thing.
as well check it.
Yeah, aside from the fact that this is literally one of my... This is one of my least favorite checks. This is the worst check in GT, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I still kind of agree. You're already here. You may as well grab it.
No, you might as well get your dot done. It'll still be there in a minute. And your team has stuff it can be working on.
Well, not particularly. You can go
Well,
buy a
Alu
strength.
can run and go buy the thing.
You can go buy a
Well,
strength and then wait again.
Well, apparently DT wants to be thorough, taking care of Water Trial, which doesn't have much. Phalad, meanwhile, in spirit. And now we just have
Maybe since the other team doesn't have a dot done yet, they think they've got more wiggle room, but
Possibly.
I don't know. I still don't see the logic of it.
Well, I think in this case they technically do have more wiggle room, but we don't know if it's necessarily hard wiggle room.
Well, it's also they don't know that they have more wiggle room.
Yeah, they don't know if all three of the other team's players are currently in Ganon's. Like, for all you know, your opponent might be just about to get all of their not dones.
Yeah.
Apparently, DT just wants to get all the chests first.
Yeah, no, I understand. I just don't agree. I fundamentally think that it is, like, a bad strategy.
Well, we do have 2 more checks in Spirit Trial. May as well see what they are. Also, that is an early boss key for Shadow for Cascade. Purple rupee for Alu. And arrows. Okay, DT, I think you've got all the chests. Make your way up the actual tower portion, please.
Please, give us a boss fight.
Has to move that statue just an inch. Haha! I left my mark!
I mean, admittedly, based off of the routing done, you are deposited right in front of the big gaping jaw.
Ooh, and I just saw something interesting happening off screen.
Well, you gotta torture me like that.
Well, if nothing else, I
it'll
can
catch up on the features shortly enough.
Actually, I don't think this is something I would have seen yet, so...
Yeah, because you're watching the Khadgar runners on a delay, whereas I am not.
I'm not watching with the delay. I have it set up! Hey there!
Alu's Rudos was hanging out over in Wild's Fire Temple.
Above the boulder maze, north side.
Baylad is gonna have to go to Fire Temple to get Chemo that Rudo's letter. Chemo is still just sitting there in front of King Weep, waiting for Rudo's letter to get sent, and now we know where it is.
Stone
And
fire.
Baylad is not in the neighborhood at all.
So
And
how,
by the way,
how mad do you think they're all gonna be when it comes down to it?
on a scale of 1 to 10 and 11.
How many
Also, the
stone dungeons?
Stalfos' toy box in the end had just a single Deku stick.
Yeah, so how many stone dungeons that these teens have had to do today, just how mad do you think they're all going to be when it comes time for interview?
As I said, I'm just saying it's an 11.
Alu buying some blue fire because reasons?
I'm guessing just to defrost King Zora right away.
Probably, so that you can just clear ice and peace out.
Yeah.
If you end up still needing to do anything there.
But here's my question. Did Alu already get the strength upgrade for, Wild? Because at this rate...
I believe so. He did make a trip to Bombchu shop in Market.
Then,
a bit ago. I think that's where it was.
If this is Way of the Hero, that means hovers are outside Ganon's castle.
I'm not certain though. Wild does not have golds tracked on his personal tracker, so I'm not sure.
Then Alu hasn't done that yet. which means Alu is going to clear Jabu first and then get it. Remember, it was Adult Cack Shop. I don't know if that's the same as a Hyrule Market shop, but...
Yep, and at this point now, Wild has completed AD, so is likely gonna go Child and pick up their song, or maybe they already have. I'm not entirely sure. No, they're headed Child now. Alu's in the Temple of Time, headed to Childhood. Gonna go get that Ocarina of Time song.
I'm going to make a quick pit stop now.
Chemo, still chilling in BK.
Hence the BK crown on the stream.
And gonna be chilling there a while.
Yeah.
Waiting for that Rudo Slender because Phalad is not even in the correct dungeon to send it to him from. Like, when you are this in BK mode, and you are waiting as Child anyway, go do your damn bunny hood! Make your Child movement faster when you do get something to do. Don't just sit there when you have things that could be helpful that you can do. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, how long until Phalad makes the decision to go into his stone fire?
DT now, headed into the Ganon fight. Dorf is down.
Yep, they're about to get their second finish here.
Alright, I am back.
Wild may not have gotten the hint for outside Ganon Castle Way of the Hero. I mean, it's possible.
Well, remember, in order to use outside Ganon's castle, Wild needs a third strength, which Alu has provided.
Oh no!
Oh!
And you lose your fish princess.
Oh!
That's not exactly a funny situation.
No! If you both still have IRC open, you should just look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware.
I think it's funny.
And now DT is able to deliver the final blow. With a slice, and a stab. DT duns with an official SRL time of 3 hours 59 minutes 3 seconds.
There's a screen grab for folks who are wondering what we were giggling about.
Also, I like Ham. Third tries the charm. Adds that in there at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So, right now, Gecklamatee is in a very strong position here. The ShotgunFistFights, they're gonna need some help in order to get the average time down.
Something rather catastrophic will have to happen with Alu's finish time. Yeah. Shadow is a stone, and it's all dungeons.
So,
Alu needs to complete all dungeons in order to get Requiem because he is key-locked on the Spirit Temple.
And I am suspecting that that Alu's hovers are behind Wild's Ganon Castle Ferry. Because there's a Way of the Hero over there and nothing else has been accounted for.
Well, that's Cascade's long shot.
Cascade picking up his own long shot inside Shadow.
I also just realized.
Gilliam, correction. This is a Jason seed.
That puts Cascade in go mode. The restream tracker is actually incorrect. Cascade does have iron boots, but the restream tracker does not show them. So Cascade is in go mode.
Pen, you with us? Can we get that fixed up?
I don't think that's Pens.
Pen's tracking Cascade.
Nope, that's Link Force.
Pen said that they were tracking Cascade just a few minutes ago.
Oh.
Or no, like an hour ago, when last somebody said
Oh,
anything
they
in
switched,
the
apparently.
tracker channel.
We're getting it taken care of, folks.
They're doing a thing with the thing.
Oh, DT got frozen because Dance Goron did not approve Wild.
So, foolish to do AD for Sarya's song? We need the heavy rain shouting of Jason on loop now.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Press X to Jason.
No. So, for what's happening off-screen, Chemo is still standing in front of King Moip, and Wild is in Child Spirit.
Yeah, Wild's just trying to take care of the remaining checks that he can right now.
Just doing cleanup.
However, Alu, now with the Tycoon wallet, I had missed that pick, has to... I honestly think Alu has to buy that Strength 3. That's what needs to be done. I get why Alu is knocking out Jabu now. I get it. It's just annoying, but, you know.
Yeah, I don't remember which shop that was in. If it's one of the adult-only ones in Kakariko, I can understand not wanting to change ages and, you know, warp around when you're already, like, here to do the thing. It is a required thing.
I want to say it was adult Kakariko shop, not the potion one, the normal one.
Kak Bazaar?
Yes, thank you. And in the meantime, Phalad also getting the quick encounter with Volvagia, which means if Phalad actually climbs up, we will have Rudo's letter soon.
Chemo will stop standing here in front of the king. Just standing on the platform waiting.
Who is going to out-weep the other?
I have added an appropriate meme to the restream.
I'm taking a look.
I approve.
It's in text form, it's fine. E2 demo, player 2's had mirror shields on Darunia, but they were given, I want to say, to the player 3's. Maybe the player 1's, I've lost track.
It's hard to keep track.
It really is.
Yeah, this is the one type of game where I do not keep up with notes because it is nearly impossible to.
So, on stream, we've got Cascade wrapping up Shadow Temple, DT working on Spirit, Phalad wrapping up Fire, and Alu working on most of the way through Jabu. Off screen, we've got Chemo standing in front of King Weep, waiting for a Bruto's letter to be sent to him.
Oh!
And
Cascade avoided.
Off screen, Wild is working on Bottom of the Well. Looks like he had like one check left there and didn't realize that it had to be a key.
Well, there were a few checks. Basically, I'm guessing Wild didn't have Zelda's Lullaby at that point. And that is correct. The 2 of the 3 members of Gecklamatee...
Gecklamatee.
Gecklamatee. Yeah, thank you.
I think it's supposed to be I have been told it is supposed to be a slant rhyme of calamity.
Then why is it not spelled that way?
Because gecko, clam, manatee. I didn't say it made sense.
We didn't make up the name. It's just what happened.
Okay. Gecklamatee has 2 of the 3 runners finished. The only one who hasn't finished yet is Alucard. And what I suspect has to happen, Alucard takes out Baronade here, then buys Wild's 3rd strength. Wild then goes to Ganon's Castle Ferry, gets the hovers so that Alu can finish Shadow, then go back to Child, get Requiem, then go back, or then immediately play Rec to get the, keys in order to progress as an adult.
Fool!
And yes, Phalad is continuing through Fire, which is the correct play.
Us as observers know that this is the correct move. This is where progression lies for Team Shotgun right now.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like ShotgunFistFight isn't 100% out of it yet. Like, they don't have much of a chance, but I feel like they have a tiny chance.
I don't think so. Alu is at least working on stuff. Chemo has been standing in place for about 20 minutes. Easily could have completed Child Trade Quest in this point and gotten a bunny hood. Been able to at least make their movement as Child faster. Have a little bit of assistance going through the Child things that they still need to do. But instead have just been standing there idle. Alu's at least working on whatever he can scramble and find.
Which in this case happens to be, necessary stuff.
Also, I didn't realize that Alucard has a Tycoon wallet.
Yep. Yep, he got sent that. Or found it for himself while in Jabu, I'm not quite sure.
Alu is locked out of Spirit by keys. Needs Requiem, which is on Ocarina of Time. He's locked out of Shadow because of Hover Boots. Which we're assuming is on player, was it 3's? Outside Ganon Castle?
3's outside Ganon's Castle. Because we know that is Way of the Hero.
And that's like the only item left.
In the meantime, Wild is spending a whole bunch of money off screen just seeing if the chest game has something. However, Wild doesn't have the Lens of Truth.
This is what I mean by, when you run out of things to do, you try and find something else to do. YOLOing treasure chest game. You keep trying to do something.
We actually
Even if it's probably futile. You try and do something.
Yeah, and for the record, lens is required logic-wise. Though, funny anecdote, one of the player guides for Ocarina of Time actually often talked about how Link was doing stuff, like, in sort of a narrative form. It actually stated that Link knew he could have used the Lens of Truth in order to beat this treasure chest game, but instead actually blundered his way through eventually on one of those many tries and did it without cheating. Just some minor random trivia for you.
I prefer Hawaiian suns in there. If I'm gonna cheat, I want to cheat hard.
Alright, Alu is
More fun
finally
that
going to
way.
make that purchase. I'm going to pay attention to Wild's reactions, again, based off of the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Strength gotten, and Wild is heading to Temple of Time.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, Lost, I know you're going to be ahead of me. Please don't
Yep,
call it.
I'm not gonna spoil it. We know whatever it is Way of the Hero, so, you know, if you hear me, ooh, then, like, you know, that's not really a spoiler.
Again, I think I know what it has to be. I want to see if I'm right. And if I am right, then Alu will get the item close to the same time. Not every day I see Ferrari's win set on the Fire Temple Bridge like that.
I think he fell.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fell and he was resetting it to warp him back to the last door he'd been through.
Gotcha.
Which is a nice strat. I definitely prefer having Furores while dealing with upper levels of Fire Temple.
Alucard getting knocked off by that Octorok. Sent back into the river.
Wild does have golds, and is in the process of checking what is on the Ganon's Castle Fairy Fountain.
Alright, this is where you are definitely ahead. I want to see if Alu gets what I think it's going to be. So please do not say if I'm right or wrong yet. Not so supportive Toad. Player 3, Wild does have gold gauntlets at this point, and is now in commentary time playing the tune to the fairy. Come on, Alu, get out of the cutscene. I want to confirm.
And there they are.
There we go.
That puts them all in go mode. Poor Alucard still has to go through all of Foolish Shadow, though.
Everybody's favorite.
Well, considering this situation, I think I'm just gonna have to make dinner during this commentary.
Well, it looks like DT, since the team is in go mode, Wild is still faffing about in Treasure Chest game, because hey, why not? But looks like DT, he's got his, he just crossed his, or just put his hands behind his head, you know, kinda leaning back. He's, stepping away at this point, so...
Ooh, isn't this, though...
Probably taking a much-deserved bathroom break.
Isn't this where the item was that Phalad needed to find?
Yup!
Right in this chest. Chemo, start moving!
Yep, Chemo finally out of self-imposed BK mode.
Alright, I'll remove the crown.
He had other things he could be doing. If nothing else, trade quest for Bunny Hood.
And the interesting part here, Chemo still... Actually, yeah, Chemo could have had optimized movement at this point for Jabu Jabu. But based off of everything else I'm looking at, Cascade has everything needed to finish Water Temple. Where is Phalad's long shot?
In Cascade's GTG.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Yep, where Cascade placed a Furor's Wind and then left immediately.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna start making comfort food now.
Yeah, I don't mean this in any disrespectful way, but this is looking like it's gonna be a shutout.
No, I think Cascade is going to be able to beat the pig before Alucard can get through all of Shadow and Spirit.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Cascade will finish first.
Sorry, Cascade, yes. Cascade is in go mode.
Yeah.
And is headed up to the boss door to go fight Morpha.
And then depending on if Cascade goes straight to GTG, Phalad could finish, but it'd be very tight.
So, Cascade in the Morpha fight. Now, DT in AFK mode right now because his team's in go mode. So he stepped away, probably visiting the bathroom or grabbing a snack or some sort of, you know, making sure his basic human needs are met.
And I am currently in my own waiting mode because sometimes it takes a little bit to cook up the meal in the microwave.
Oh yeah, I'm probably just making pasta for myself tonight. I'm trying to decide, do I want to actually cook, like, fettuccine noodles up and, like, put actual Alfredo sauce on them, or do I just want to use pastaroni and make an Insta something that is vaguely like fettuccine?
I'm having a Mediterranean green chickpea bowl myself, so...
I haven't decided what I'm eating yet.
For better or worse, I am, like, living on pasta probably way more than I should, but... with my digestive system hating me as much as it is these days, I'm just doing the best I can.
I have my own minor issues, so I get that. Alright, Cascade is about to enter Ganon's castle. Remember...
And to deal with what's going on, I'm on 4 different digestive system meds right now, so it's an adventure.
Remember, a required item is on a Shadow Trial. I'm forgetting which one right... Oh yeah, Giant's Wallet.
The wallet, yep.
Giant's Wallet for Chemo, in this case.
Yep, and I think one of his own wallets was in Jabu. I believe Alu got one of his wallets while he was working in Jabu, but I might be mistaken on that because I wasn't paying close attention at the time. Yeah, looks like DT's back at the controller. And Wild is still playing 1 in 32, and apparently he's keeping track on... there's some text overlay on screen, so this is now...
Of how many times it's taking?
This is either 18th try or has had 18 failures, and this is the 19th try. I don't quite know how to translate. 18, what is this RNG? Not quite sure what that translates to.
So, I can tell you, since I well, actually, I can't tell you because, you know, I was seeing it typed up in between the games, but also, you are 2 games ahead of me in that case.
Well, you know, it doesn't take very long to fail.
I mean, fair.
Oh, Alu! Take
So,
a bad angle off of there.
So, Slim Kirby, you may already be aware, but DT and Wild Anaconda of Team Gecklamatee, I keep on saying that wrong, they have finished, and now it's up to Alu in order to finish Shadow, to get Requiem, to get keys on Child Spirit, to then finish Adult Spirit, to then finish the game.
Yep, Alu is working his way through the last bits of AD right now. 2 dungeons remaining, the one he's in and the one he has nearly everything to do, because he got key locked after 2 checks.
And DT using the Water Stone. This is not Pokemon, but yes, that's one of the newer features. If you ever wanted...
Oh my! Epona! I approve.
This is a thing?
Apparently it is, and I approve of it. You can drown yourself on Epona now, I guess. I love our buggy mess. It's beautiful. I would expect that that is patched out on by the time we got to 5.0.
Oh no, look at the camera!
It's locked on Epona, yep. Yeah, there's all sorts of weird glitchy stuff that you can do. I'm not really gonna criticize him because he's in... Because his team's in go mode, he's not doing checks anymore, he's just screwing around. I suspect that this was one of those things that did in fact get fixed before 5.0 dropped, because they were working on some of the things to do with the water level changes. That was some of the late stage bug fixing. But yeah, this is fun to watch. Remember that this is pre 5.0. We are playing on a specific, arbitrarily picked by hams to build.
Fair enough. Time to get my food out of the microwave.
What happens if you drown on Epona? I suspect we'll find out in 1 minute. Also, Cascade onto the dwarf fight. We'll be locking in, barring something catastrophic, we'll soon be locking in the first dot done for Team ShotgunFistFight. And our guest commentator wants to say hi.
Guest commentator has been here this whole time.
Oh yeah, I know. But she's finally having something to say again. Here.
Ooh! That was a long tennis match only for Cascade to get bapped.
Sometimes you play tennis, sometimes tennis plays you.
Oh, there's the drowning. On Epona. Do you want to save? No.
That's where you should have paused. Jason, you are in control of what gets paused.
Wait, whoa! I'm glad I did look at that!
And Epona is flying off into heaven. Or something.
Ocarina of Time.
It's just OOT doing OOT things.
Now I'm glad I didn't pause there.
I had to miss part of it, but I saw the flying horse.
What is this, Skyrim?
At least we're not dealing with the gold-plated horse.
in Breath of the Wild, the horse armor is at least cool looking. I can't remember if that was part of the DLC package or not. But either way. It wasn't standalone DLC, even if it was part of the DLC pack.
Well, DT...
Also,
I was just gonna say, DT has come in and grabbed a fairy. We'll see what he's gonna do next.
Probably more playing around with how to kill self and horse.
by the way, Jason, considering that Cascade is our only one with clean audio, you may want to prepare the remix jukebox there.
No, he's gonna keep playing as he keeps looking for stuff for his teammates.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Cascade's gonna have to do that. I forgot.
Oh yeah, he has to go to GTG or else his team isn't finishing.
I was partially in the weekly mindset.
Ah, no, it's all good. Multis require some lateral thinking, both as a player and as part of the restream team.
Oh, hello, horse. Hello, underwater horse.
Yep, looks like we're gonna drown on Epona underwater with a fairy, so let's see how this plays out. I'm assuming DT is just doing this simply for academia as well. As Alu shoots the bongo hands and gets smacked around a little
Clearly for restream value.
Oh yeah.
Oh. That wasn't as exciting as I expected.
Also, mini-game music for Cascade.
Fighting Ganon is a minigame.
As long as Cascade doesn't get smacked around a whole bunch and we have to listen to more neighing on his side. And Bongo down below all the water shenanigans.
Yeah, I just realized the carrots and the bow and everything are on DT's screen.
Oh yeah, and he's on the horse still. Yeah, no, it's that is why 5.0 didn't drop when this build was ready. Because it was still buggy as hell. But it's what we play on because reasons? I don't actually know.
Apparently DT is soft locked.
Yep.
And that's Shadow Temple completed by Alucard.
Yep, gotta go child, get that Requiem, and then can go to Spirit.
Yep.
Using the Requiem. Probably using Requiem as child, I would assume. And we are getting very close to our dot done from Cascade. Gonna be Shotgun's first finish.
There it is.
There. Taking the third completion, first on his team with an official SRL time of 4:29:47. Almost exactly an hour after Anaconda's time. Of 3:29:15. Almost exactly an hour later.
And the thing is, unless Alucard has like some sort of major internet situation or something, I don't think there's much the shotgun fistfights can do.
As long as something catastrophic and well outside of FPA occurs. Yeah.
We haven't talked much about that, so now may be a good time to bring up what FPA is.
FPA is the Fair Play Agreement, in which teams can opt in, and as far as I'm aware, nearly every team participating in the tournament did in fact decide to opt in. And it simply is, it's kind of what it sounds like, fair play agreement. It means if your opponent encounters a crash or some sort of technical hiccup, you will be a good sportsman and pause and wait for them to get back to where they were. There is a limit of 15 minutes leeway for this because, you know, restreams and race momentum and stuff like that. Like, being idle for a long span of time is not great for everybody who isn't experiencing technical difficulties, but it's to help mitigate technical issues from swinging races. And it is opt-in. It was not something that was required of runners. But it's something that, you know, most want to, you know, have their victories stand as victories.
Lost, sorry to interrupt, but can you please tell me why Cascade is no longer in Ganon's castle?
Because he reset and left.
Because, to my knowledge, Cascade never got the, Giant's wallet.
No, I don't think he went through any of the checks.
Yeah,
But
nope.
Just got his Requiem.
Yeah, he didn't get Ganon's Castle Way of the Hero. He doesn't have anything pointing him to clear Ganon's.
They're trying to find Saria's song? Did he never come in here and get the song? Did he never come in here and get the song?
Apparently not!
What?
Cascade?
4.5 hours in and you check Windmill?
Over 4.5.
Wow.
Oh
4 hour,
my...
33-minute Guru.
Oh my god.
I know that the multi-world tournament is taking place on the main OoTR server and not, you know, one of the multi-world spin-off servers, of which there are several. The one that I am in has a Records You Wish You Didn't Have channel. And I would think that a 4 hour, 33-minute Guru check would fall into the Records You Wish You Didn't Have category.
But you know what that means? Cascade still never got the mirror shield for...
Well, this is why
Phaelad.
This is why Phaelad is going to Spirit right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're syncing this up.
Oh no, not like this.
And Chemo's in ice caverns off screen.
Cascade.
And just so you know, Wild is still doing treasure chest game. Appears to be on either the 39th or 40th.
Oh
try.
my lord. RNG is not on his
failing.
side.
Yep. Yeah, no, just repeatedly YOLOing it because, you know, you're playing anyway. Might as well have some fun. Might as well not have your stream be idle. Keep doing something silly and dumb. And Alu, now.
For
With
adult
Key!
Also, shoutouts to DT fighting Ganondorf and Ganon again. Well, never mind. Hi, kitty.
She's still just chilling here next to me.
DT doesn't have his sword anymore.
That would be probably done on purpose. to screw around more with glitches. Yeah, that's the thing that happens if you,
Horse is still there!
Yeah, horse is still flying in the sky. We've got a Pegasus here. And yeah, that is one of the interesting glitches that occurs if you save in the first phase of the Ganon fight before you recover your sword. But yeah, DT's just not even necessarily a glitch exhibition, more like a bug exhibition, which I'm fine with. Some of these things have been fixed, some of them haven't, some of them probably never will, because they're too ingrained in vanilla. Still entertaining, though.
And there it is.
And there we go. Cascade
There we
finally
go.
gets that mirror shield.
Oh man.
Finally. Now what will Cascade go do?
GTG.
Back to...
GTG and Ganon's Castle. And then immediately after gets his own mirror shield.
GG. And off-screen, Wild failing treasure chest game for a 45th time in a row.
Woo!
Those rupees will not last forever.
Yep, and Chemo is working on Ice Caverns, is in the Silver Rupee room, utilizing ground jumps and whatnot. Alucard in the Let's Make a Window room. Ooh, and blowing up the skull while not blowing up the Let's Make a Window. There we go. Second tries the charm.
Show me the light.
DT's doing some bugs exhibition right now.
I may as well clarify, since I know you want us to be very accurate and pedantic, and what's the difference between a bug and a glitch?
I'm not entirely sure, but the way that I am using them right now, a bug is a flaw in the program. A glitch is a way of exploiting it.
Oh, looks like Cascade's going to Ganon. Or Ganon's Castle again.
Hey!
That'll get the wallet.
Where we know that an essential wallet will be found.
However, Cascade still has to go to GTG.
There was a build of Rando where this happened every time you fired your hookshot. You could spam your hookshot and get multiple hookshots across the screen. And they would eventually kick in. There's a clip of Sonic Shadow Silver, too. One of our top Rando players. Isn't participating in this tourney, but is one of the Season 1 top players. Of him just flying off into the void as a whole bunch of hookshots. It was when they were first implementing Free Scarecrow. I think it was when we were working on Free Scarecrow. Possibly some other bug or feature. I'm not entirely sure. But it was funny when it happened. Yes, another thing, Zombie, you're pointing out. Sonic, our first amazing keyboard warrior. Was, I believe, I don't remember for certain. I want to say ranked 4th in the quals headed into Season 1 brackets. Was in the top 16 somewhere, and I want to say 4th, like high in top 16. Playing on a keyboard. So anybody who complains about, keyboard, it's too hard. We've had a top competitor playing on keyboard, and he has since upgraded to a controller because everybody agrees controller is better, but it's not that you can't play. It's just harder to play. I mean, if you were watching the Zelda Randomizer tournament happening here on ZSR, one of the folks who was participating in that earlier on, Victor, plays on an actual musical keyboard that is plugged into his computer.
Wow.
An actual instrumental keyboard, not a typing keyboard.
A MIDI keyboard.
Yep. playing Zelda 2 Rando on a MIDI keyboard. And it's amazing. And hams to making sure that we know that this glitch is remote control Epona. This bug, this glitch, this whatever you want to call it.
And Chemo is back in unofficial BK mode right now, by the way.
Going
completed...
child by where I'm looking at.
Okay.
So possibly gonna finally do some bunny hood shenanigans, I don't know. Oh, nope, deciding, no, maybe that wasn't right, and going back adult. Also, Wild still trying to YOLO treasure chest game, getting the 53rd or 54th failure in a row. Just keep glancing back over there every now and again to see what the numbers have crept up to.
I mean, by this point, Wild has broken the odds, so here's my question. Has Wild been going for the same chest order every time?
He seems to be going team left, which is what I always go for. I am very pro team left.
Okay, so at the very least, a consistent team left.
I think that's what... It seems like every time he's going towards left, so...
Also...
At least on the first chest, going for left.
DT's voided!
And he's just laughing. You guys can't see his webcam, but he's just giggling. He's having fun here, screwing around.
Alright, that's the chest cascade. Open it up.
And there we go, Chemo getting a wallet.
And immediately heading over towards Kakariko.
Yep.
And in the meantime, Alu has just taken out Naburu Knuckle.
And Alu is on Twin Rova Phase 1, which will be his final boss before dealing with Ganondorf and Ganon. This is Alu's final medallion, and he is otherwise in go mode.
And in the meantime, Wild on the 56 player, so into the blue room for the treasure game, and then, not very lucky.
Yeah, he's... I must be seeing the next try.
You probably are. Remember, I manually set the streams on my end to align.
Oh, got into the second blue room there, but then got a rupee. Having to reset and try again. I don't think I've seen red on that screen at all, so...
I
I
haven't.
don't think he's gotten to the final room.
And in the meantime, TT is
And
trying
DT
to
trying to clip into Water Temple here.
That's the Gerudo Valley.
Oh, Gerudo Valley. Okay, sorry. Thought he was doing the Water Temple clip.
But apparently, yep, still on Epona, and then, falling off it. Yeah.
And still laughing. He's having fun screwing around. But you know what? Do it. Have fun.
Okay, according to Slim Kirby, we did miss red rooms.
Okay. Oh, I certainly believe that that has occurred, because I haven't been watching closely. I have been trying to keep my focus on our featured runners, but I keep glancing over there just because it's funny. Also, yay, my neighbor is mowing the lawn. I'm assuming that's loud and my mic is picking it up. That rumbling is not the cat.
I'm not hearing it.
Okay. At this hour, it's 3:53 in the afternoon. It's a perfectly reasonable hour to be mowing your lawn. Remember, Pacific.
Yep.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time Randomizer is a game popular in multiple time zones.
Yup.
And sometimes that makes it difficult to plan things like this.
Yes. My team being one of those 9-hour spread teams. I am in Pacific time zone. My teammate Blightfang FT is off in Central European summertime. 9 hours off. And we're gonna get even more desynced at the end of the month when daylight savings in the US runs out.
Oh yeah, there's going to be 2 weeks when typically there's a difference between when Europe ends their daylight savings and when the US ends their daylight savings.
Yeah, I think the US ends theirs first. But I could be wrong. It might be the other direction.
I do not remember that direction.
Either way, it's gonna get really complicated for multi-world scheduling for like a 2-week span there.
Exactly.
And then you live in a time zone like me, and it's like, who cares about daylight savings time?
I'd like to know about the people that live in half-hour time zones. How do they handle this?
I feel sorry for those poor newfies. I mean, Atlantic time zone's dumb enough for the Maritimes, but then you go all the way out to Newfoundland and you get Newfie time, and it's an extra half hour out of sync with the rest of the world for the most part.
And then, of course, you have, I think, 1 or 2 time zones that are based off of 15 minutes or 45 minutes off. I am not
Thankfully, there are not very many of those.
They technically do exist. Akumu.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there are time zones that are half hour out of sync. Newfoundland is a half hour out of sync with the rest of Canada.
Alright, Phaelad is getting those hover boots for Chimo here.
I'm going to listen in on Chemo's side. Actually, Phaelad's side.
I should turn Chemo's audio on real quick.
Well, the good news is hover boots have been found for Chemo, and soon the long shot will be found by Cascade.
The bad news.
Yeah, the one bit of audio I heard when I turned it on was, well, that's a shame. When I switched over briefly.
Also, Wild is out of rupees, I think. Is it?
Oh no!
Yep, Wild is now out farming the market chains because 65 tries.
So, I think that's what, 3 questions so far that we have to ask. Phaelad for doing the maze with his hammer equipped and not using his hammer. Cascade for the 4-hour, 34-minute Guru Guru. And then the 65 tries of Treasure Chest game without succeeding.
Well, I mean, your team is in go mode, so like I fully understand why he's just screwing around.
Oh,
like
no.
Because
It's just how he feels about failing that many times. Yeah.
how it's failing twice as many times as mathematically it should.
Oh, never mind.
132. He should have gotten it twice by now. In 65 attempts. That is twice as many plus 1.
For a second, I thought that huge rupee was for
Player 3.
For Anaconda. Yeah.
No, Alucard now, final player for Gecklamatee. Or Gecklamatee, however the fuck it's pronounced.
Gecklamatee!
That's another thing for us to ask them. How the hell is this supposed to be pronounced? Because we've been winging it and doing our best to infer from what chat has told us. That it kind of rhymes with Calamity, that it's supposed to be Gecko, Clam, and Manatee smashed together, you know?
That's Ganondorf down. Hey, every seed can sub 5.
I am not good enough for sub 5 in my solo games yet. Best I have is 5 3/4.
We'll just throw that one back up there.
Alright, long shot should be coming up right here. No, I misremembered.
I think someone said it was in the BMOS Lizalfos room.
Which means Cascade took the long way.
Yep. Gecklamatee.
Yeah, like, rhymes with heckle. You know, what I've been doing for these runners for almost 5 hours now. Heckling them.
I mean, you're not complaining.
And they haven't... They have been prohibited from listening to me thus far, and have not yet had the opportunity to watch the VOD, so... I haven't been shanked yet.
Well, let's hope that never happens.
Also, over on Wild Side, 69th try. Let's see if this is the one. While Alu is working on the Ganon fight and coming down on it. Already in Phase 2 Ganon, gonna be getting that dog done here shortly. Locking in the time for his team, and we will see if Phalad and if Chemo decide to keep going or if they opt to forfeit out. Nope, 69th was not a nice try for Wild, I'm sorry.
And here it is.
And GG. Alucard locking in an official SRL time of 4:53:33.
And this makes the average time for Gecklamatee at 4:07:17.
At this point, it is a lock. Gecklamatee is your winner.
Yep, and in the IRC now, asking if they would like to come in for interview.
Geck peeps.
I'm not gonna try and type it, okay? I can't even say it. I sure as hell can't spell it.
Normally, I would just mention their names directly.
I think we have established already today how I am incapable of words. I can't say them, I can't write them, I can't read them, I can't words.
Well, I have some good news. There is such a feature known as tab completion in most IRC clients. Or you only have to...
well, I'm only in IRC 3 Live Split, so none of the cool features like that, just the basic functionality.
Whereas I don't have that, and so I can take advantage.
No response yet from them.
They haven't left the room. They're still in the IRC. They're probably having a little pep talk amongst themselves.
Well,
they are holding out. They
I
were
mean-
in... This was a losers bracket round, so they are making it to losers bracket round 3. They are not out of the tourney. They are probably breathing a sigh of relief. ShotgunFistFight, unfortunately, is gonna be walking home 0-2. Or wait, no. They will be walking away at 1 and 2. They did take a victory in Losers Bracket Round 1 over O and 2, who did in fact leave the tournament O and 2.
There's Faylad with that long shot, just kind of holding it there. And we have got our forfeits.
Yep.
Those will be popping up here in just a moment.
Time travelers, the lot of you.
Yeah, just looking at the IRC.
Yeah, that was what I was looking at.
Exactly.
It'll be...
Alright. Well, I'm gonna get things switched over.
Yeah.
Alright, all teams are good. Let's do this.
Alright, start bringing them in.
Mm-hmm.
C'est mieux ça que faire des cubaines.
You brought the wrong person.
Sorry.
They're trying to do their race.
and somebody just completely screwing over Senzo there. Senzo getting dragged around. Sorry. Welcome, ShotgunFistFight, and people whose name we don't know how the hell to say.
Oh, we were hoping you could figure it out, because we don't know either.
If there's no correct way, then I haven't been saying it wrong.
Perfect.
Well, it's a name that comes from kind of each of our mascots or communities. The Geckit from Super Mario RPG is DT's kind of thing. Clams are my kind of thing, and manatees are Wild's thing. So we just shoved them all together, and it's like Gecklamatee.
There you have it.
Neat.
That is one of the many ways that we have been saying it. Also, my brain just keeps trying to butcher it in all conceivable alternate pronunciations, including with and without letters that shouldn't be there.
Totally fine.
My brain kept trying to go Gecklamatee, and I don't know why, because that isn't even words.
Well, neither is Gecklamatee, so it's fine.
Well, GG.
Thanks.
Thank you. So, about the seeds. Having a go mode hover boots for seed 1 behind either a Ganon's Castle or Ocarina of Time. Players 2 and 3 respectively. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff.
Where would the... Oh, so Ocarina of Time... What song was it under yours, Faylad?
It was Saria song in Player 3's Ocarina of Time, which led to a wallet for Player 1 at Skull Kid.
Oh, God.
Or that wallet was also in Ganon's Castle for Player 2, in Player 2's Ganon's Castle for Player 1, which the second wallet for Player 1 unlocked the gauntlets, the gold gauntlets.
Yeah, that's the one I got him.
Yeah, that's the way we went.
And just so Chad is aware, Wild is still trying to do TCG.
We're on attempt 81.
Oh my god.
Wild, you were not being featured on the restream today, aside from getting swapped in for your Ganon defeat. But yeah, we've been keeping an eye on things and trying to keep Chad appraised of the shenanigans of this treasure chest game today.
Yeah, dude, I'm getting owned. The last time I did this, when I ran out of things to do in a previous seed, not in a tournament, but I did it in like 10 tries or something, and now it's taking 83, so and counting.
Speaking of a little bit of chaos, I have a question for Cascade Hope.
Okay. What's up?
Oh God.
Why did it take 4.5 plus hours?
4-hour, 33-minute guru check.
Shh, don't worry about it.
We might
Because
have.
I went.
4 hour,
Yeah, we were
33 minutes.
talking about it as well. Is because I went there as a child and immediately did Song of Storms and checked what the item was up there. It completely slipped my mind that I still didn't do my song check there.
That is one thing that we as commentators observed. Everybody had really long child ones. Like the first adult one was around 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think it was Chemo who was the first to go adult.
There's still a lot
Off
of really good
screen,
stuff to
because
do.
it was damn near at the hour mark when anybody featured on the restream finally went adult. Had
Yeah,
long child ones.
Pretty
And
sure
yeah,
I
it's
was
just a lot
around
to
half
do.
hour or so.
What bugs me is I went there 3 times as an adult. Like, first time I just went into the shops, then I went and did Dodongo Cavern. Then I came back later on. I'm like, oops, I forgot to do Anju, the graveyard, and all that stuff. And then it just completely skipped my mind. I also haven't done the stupid windmill. And then I was looking at my tracker. I'm like, why does it say I haven't done Storm's check? Oh my god.
Yep.
For
Okay,
real,
so
how often does Darunia have anything?
So how about one of the other big, wait, what are you doing and why? Questions us commentators had. Faylad!
Yep.
Goron City Maze!
What about it?
You had your hammer equipped!
Were you bombing?
And
No, he was hover booting.
You're
Oh god.
He hovered in and save warped out, and we were very confused because he had his hammer on C right the whole
Look.
damn time.
the reason is hover boots are amazing.
They may be amazing, but were they saving you time?
I mean,
Also, the save
No.
warping out.
that was my bad because I found him as hover boots. That's just
That's a no-no on our team.
They're my weakness. Also, I forgot I had the hammer at that point. I'm not used to having an
Literally
early game.
equipped, which is why I was. If you guys go
Yeah.
back for the VOD, you will hear me going, "What are you doing? What are you doing?"
It's hammer is something I'm so used to getting like really late game. It just having it is weird. So I forgot that it was in my inventory and equipped.
that's pretty great.
Let's see, what were our other big what's from this particular seed? Chat, we expect you to remember some of these.
I think we had it was the Guru and the hammer, or the hovers when you have hammer, and then just the non-stop chess minigame. Also, DT having fun just drowning Epona.
Showing us quite the bug exhibition there.
The things that you can do when you
also
don't have a
Chemo's
sword equipped.
BK mode without the bunny hood. That was one of the other things that confused me. Why Chemo was just chilling in front of King Weep for like 20-30 minutes straight when you could have gotten bunny hood to make it faster once you finally could.
Bunny
Go
Hood's
and do
the
your child
dumbest item
stuff.
in the game. Mass checks are
Yeah, the mass checks are disabled, but the bunny hood still makes you go fast.
just backwalk.
Like the go-to for BK mode, especially if you're waiting on something as child. So to me, that just seemed odd.
We did also realize, and we commented on this a little bit, about Cascade, you leaving GTG immediately after placing that Aurora's win, when that was the item that Faylad
Right
needed.
next to the thing that you needed.
Yeah, that was because I was just like, okay, I can do GTG or I can do Shadow Temple, which I know I need to do. So I decided to do Shadow Temple first, and yeah, that apparently was not the right call there.
The player 2 and 3's GTGs were just completely loaded with stuff.
What else was
Mine
in
only
my
had-
GTG?
Which
No,
we ended
mine
up
only
doing-
had the-
We ended up going there really late, both in the name of DT and I.
Yeah,
Player 3's just had 2 magics in it.
Well, there were 2 magics. There was a strength upgrade for player 3. There was a a wallet and a bomb bag.
Strength
Player
of player
3's
2.
GTG.
And you had
which-
access to them reasonably early, right?
Yeah. So,
There's the
and we ended
box.
up going pretty late, which was a pretty big oops. But there were like a bunch of other things to be doing, so.
Yeah, exactly. And as soon as I had access to Shadow Temple, I'm like, I'm gonna do here, and hopefully it unlocks me Water Temple, and then I can just finish off before checking everything else. And it did. And it's like, well, I'll check GTG after I'm done my game, I guess. But yeah, I really should have just
I don't
finished
know.
it
I
off.
think that makes sense to do.
Well, GTG, just with how many checks it has, it would have made more sense for me to try to look for my long shot there before leaving.
Warriors win. Go back later. Just because it didn't pay out doesn't mean it's the wrong choice.
Yeah.
It was interesting though. There were just a lot of options available because I think we all had like a decent number of items, but like those last few were just gating so much.
Yeah,
especially
exactly. It's just like
player one's game.
every one of the seeds was just pretty much as soon as I got one specific item, unlocks them a bunch. Like mine was whatever part let me do Shadow Temple last. I can't remember what the last piece I got was. I think it was the hover boots. Got me completion, but it also made me skip out on a single item for player 3 that would have got him completion.
So for the player ones, how about that AD?
Good time.
I mean, it was also potentially all dungeons for player 3 as well.
Yep.
That it was.
Yeah.
Mystery Sarias, do you need it?
I opted
Yeah.
to not get it. I still haven't gotten it.
Yeah, it was one of those where we realized right away that it wasn't for one of those, like, it's logical all dungeons, but because what was it, Forest Temple was a stone, but it was just that moment where you're like, is this required or is it not required?
Yeah.
I think Rudo's letter halfway up Fire Temple was dumb.
I was very close to thinking player 2 was an all dungeon, not all dungeon. Just because both Dodongo's Cavern and Forest were stones and hero. Like, don't give me a spirit, I'll be pissed.
It was interesting though in player one's game because like we decided, like we were like, let's not do player one bottom of the well, let's just go to Water Temple and let's go to Forest Temple. We were talking like Requiem's on Ocarina of Time. Like we probably just have to do this anyways, and these are like the dense options available, so let's just do them and commit to it. So we went to Water Temple somewhat early, I want to say.
Okay.
Well, and then you get the Nocturne on your way of the hero Desert Colossus, only to find a foolish Shadow Temple.
Yep, that was neat.
And worrying.
Well, it was actually comforting considering for me because I'd already put in all the work on Water Temple and Forest. So it's like, this may not have been required. And then I go vanilla to, through the Wasteland to Colossus, and then it's Nocturne's the only thing there as Way of the Hero. I'm like, okay, we did the right thing. So kind of worked out in that respect.
Well, Shotgun Fistfight, we are gonna have to say farewell to you for this tourney. You are heading out 1 and 2, which is who you beat in last round 0 and 2. They cannot claim that.
In the end, that's all that matters.
We fulfilled the
Well,
prophecy.
we still had a lot of fun doing it, and
Yeah, it was super fun.
Next time,
Yeah,
we'll come
great
back.
game, you guys. Good game.
Yeah,
Yep.
GG.
GG.
Can't help but think it would have been a little closer had we got that Saria's song earlier.
Like I said, don't worry about it.
I'm not worried.
Also, we will always love Shotgun Fistfight will always love your unison layouts with just the different colored links.
Yeah. I
Shout
should
out to
shout out
Kitty
our
Susie for
artist
that
on
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at Kitty Susie on Twitter. She did the background art for those.
Yeah.
It's
And
clear
there's-
that they were done by one person because
Yeah.
they are lovely, and I really like the ocarinas on them. Chat can't see what it looks like, but there's an ocarina with a musical staff floating off of it, and there are actual OOT songs on the staff.
Mhm.
It's lovely.
And what I really like is I think she did that in about 2 days' notice.
Ooh.
Yeah. It only took about 2 days to get it done.
And even after when she was done, we're like, can we also get it in 3 different tunic colors? And then an hour later, she's like, okay, done.
Yep. So.
Yeah, so definitely shout outs to her.
Well, as Lost said, unfortunately, we'll have to say goodbye to Shotgun Fistfight.
Yep.
Congratulations on what you've done so far, and congratulations to Gecklamatee. You're facing off against my team next. Haha!
Yeah, I was gonna point that out.
Uh-oh.
You are facing the try-too-hards. And their player one, Jason here, has been having the last 5 hours to scope out the competition.
It's okay.
Is that even allowed?
You just go watch our video and you'll see how bad I am with Stalfos.
I was gonna say, you won't learn a whole lot from us. we only just started playing this game collectively together a few months ago, really. We're plebs. But we have fun.
A lot of the tourney teams are coming in similarly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's
we've
meant to
come
be
in
fun.
from doing active multi-worlds of just like big groups, and then it's like, oh, there's a tournament, and the sign-ups just reopened. Us 3, let's go.
One of those 8 teams or so that snuck in at the wire.
Yep.
Yep.
Anything
Well,
else from
now
our...
you are rocking a 1-1
Woo!
record in the tourney.
Hooray.
Yes. We're on the board.
Yay!
Yeah.
Anything else from
Hey,
our...
my team, we were hoping to get at least 1 and 2 before we were out. That was our goal. So, getting that 1 victory, it's a nice feeling.
It was a fun game. I'm gonna head out here.
Yep, I have to
Have a
I'm
good
gonna
time,
kick off as
everyone.
well.
Yeah,
Yep.
Alrighty.
GG,
Shotgun.
guys.
GG.
Yeah, good game,
GG.
guys.
Good luck on
Enjoy.
your next round.
Right.
Thank you.
Bye.
So, one last shout out to all of our trackers, commentators, and runners today. It's been a tremendous time. Thank you to Wolfman and Lost for joining me. I currently have Bongo Cat smacking Wolfman's name, so hang on, I gotta move that.
Jeez, I didn't even notice, but I'll just
Well,
pretend.
Well, no,
I-
that was because people left the call.
Yeah,
and
it
changed the
moved
layout.
it moved things around. But thank you guys for joining me on commentary. And I gotta my tracker command because I'm gonna forget names that I don't want to. Thank you to Linkforce, Aspion, Itsudamo, and no pen name Ghost. And of course, obviously our runners from both Shotgun Fistfight and Gecklamatee for a tremendous race. There is another multi-world race going on right now. It is Hyrule Cuckoos versus Les Oracles. I probably pronounced that incorrectly, and that's okay. But they're currently racing. They don't have a restream going on, but we'll be hosting one of their runners.
Les Oracles is in French, so I would, since this is an English restream and the bulk of our audience is at least functionally understanding of English, might be better for comprehension to host one of the teams that is more likely to be speaking English.
Yeah. But we'll be hosting one of them.
Not sure.
We also have
Hyrule might be European as well. I'm not actually sure.
We also have the thing that was teased earlier today during the EU Weekly, Minish Cap Randomizer, happening tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Time.
This will be the first showcase race for the Minish Cap Randomizer. It is still in development. Hopefully we won't encounter any catastrophic failures. They found one in a practice race a couple days ago. They found one that rendered the seed unbeatable. Unfortunately, we're assuming that enough of the bugs have been fixed so that nothing like that's going to happen. They aren't making any drastic changes and implementing new features in the next day.
This will be a ZSR blame Arrow if something goes wrong.
Blame Cubs.
No, we're blaming Arrow.
Cubs and Arrow are the masterminds
Both
behind
of them.
this
So
shenanigans.
it's going to be an Arrow seed, apparently.
Well, Cubs is going to be the restreamer, so feel free to blame Cubs. Arrow's going to be providing commentary for it. And we don't know yet who the runners are because the race room doesn't exist yet, and it's open to anybody who wants to participate in it. So if you enjoy Minish Cap and have thought about tinkering around with the rando, or if you've been tinkering around with the rando and have thought about maybe joining some of these friendly races, hey, there's a race happening tomorrow.
I have provided a link to the rando itself on the chat. Figured that would at least be helpful.
And then our next multi-world matchup is happening on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Triforce Anti-Heroes versus Rando New Gamers.
Those were both teams that many predictions had going to the end, so this is going to be a hype race.
It's going to be a fun one. And then, of course, on Saturday, you'll get to tune in to our staff All Sanity Multi-World.
Pain and suffering.
You'll get to watch us cry. Anything else, guys?
I don't think we have anything else going on the ZSR network of channels today. So yeah, I think the next thing that we've got coming up at all is that Minish Cap Rando showcase race going on tomorrow.
That's going to be a fun one.
Unless something happened with, like, the Breath of the Wild tourney or something going on later today, and I don't know about it, because I've been on comms here for, like, 5-ish hours.
Well, currently that's the only thing left, or currently that's the only thing on the restream schedule for tomorrow. We'll see. But
fair enough. But let's wrap up, I think.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, so much for watching and tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow for Minish Cap.
Enjoy.
Bye.
GG's.